Hey YouTube, this is Southern Prepper 1. I'm going to start a series, and I want to explain the series. I typically don't mess with the militia type of things, but I want to get people interested in security, and security is definitely, yeah, it looks cool, you have cool gear, but other than looking cool, you have to know how to use your gear, and you have to have the right gear. Yes, you can get by with other weapon systems. You don't have to have an AR and AK. What I'm going to do is go over some things because I feel it's time to. I try to stick more to the prepping. I'm going to definitely do more on gear for the sheepdog, gear for the militia, because we are being forced into a situation with current legislation. Anytime that our government can call me a terrorist because I have guns, I go to church, I homeschool my children, I stock food, you know, that's the first step. And the second step was they're definitely doing more legislation. I'm not going to go into all these legislations that are out there, that have passed, that are on the books. They're also stockpiling lots of ammunition. They're trying to confiscate or make it illegal to have certain type of firearms. A lot of the states are picking up the slack where the federal government's not doing that by enacting their own laws. And these are definitely wrong, illegal, immoral, and against the Constitution. Now I read a report where they have just bought 2,700 armored vehicles. There is a side preparing for war. And then I look at the American patriots, the Americans, and I meet a lot of people that are preparing for war too. They don't like where the Constitution is, how it's being trampled every day. They're seeing more laws, and we have right now our sides being formed. I don't, take any pleasure in telling you that, but that is reality. There's a group of people in power that are working their evil plan, and that is confiscation of firearms. Confiscation of firearms. After that, you will have no recourse. The founding fathers gave us the right to have firearms for the purpose, not for hunting, not for target practice, but to preserve ourselves against a tyrannical government. It is sad for I haven't even make this video. People say, well, let them do it. Let's get it going. The results of getting it going are destruction of our country. There's no doubt about it. It will never be the same. It will open us up to countries that might take advantage of the situation. It's nothing good will come out of it. Well, hopefully we can restore the Constitution and restore common sense. But I think they're doing it for a few reasons, and this is my opinion. And like everything on my channel, it is my opinion, so I don't know why I'm even telling you that. The economy is probably what they're worried about. If the economy crashes, it's going to cause a lot of disturbances. So they are positioning themselves to be ready. Now, because it's a crisis, they're going to take advantage of the crisis, which will mean further erosion of our constitutional rights. I think back to the Lexington and Concord. What did those guys do? They simply mustered to stop the British from confiscating firearms and ammunition. The federal government's doing that by new laws, but those shopkeepers, those farmers, those ministers, those average people picked up their firearms and said, you know what, you can't do that. This is wrong. I'm not eager to have that situation unfold in the United States. This is a last resort. As you know, I'm not an alarmist. I don't want to get on here and start hollering, screaming, pack your bags, go to war. No. So I'm going to make this series of videos to get you ready. A lot of guys that have prior military knows a lot about this because they had to do it. They had the opportunity to get paid to actually learn how to prepare. So I'm going to do a video series on equipment. I want you guys to get ready. I don't know what's going to happen. Even if it's not a national problem, maybe it's an economic collapse which will result in you having to defend your property, defending your family, or defending your community. People will say, this is America. Those things will never happen. Get back into reality. This is reality. America is a country just like any other country. We've been blessed by God. We've been given a lot of freedoms. And we have been asleep at the wheel. I have been asleep at the wheel. You have been asleep at the wheel. And they have pushed for many years an economic system based on fiat currency, which is unconstitutional. They have pushed laws that punish the good and reward evil. So it will be a time in this country we might have to make a stand. So I'm going to devote a large part of my time to getting you ready, to getting you equipped. Yeah, you don't have to have the best gear, but you have to have some gear. You have to know how to use that gear. And then I'm going to do a lot more whiteboard classes on military tactics. Some of you, if you just watch me because of the prepping side, you might, I don't need to know that. Please just pardon those videos, watch the prepping ones, but there is a large segment of people that need to be trained, need to know how to protect themselves. People will say, well, you might be just helping the bad guy out there, giving them training. Yeah, I might help one bad guy, but I know I'm helping 100 others. So that's why I'm going to do it. So this series is going to be, more like the sheepdog, getting ready to protect the Constitution of the United States, which is your responsibility. People say, somebody else would stand up for it. No, you have to stand up for it, because if you don't stand up for it, you're going to lose it for all of us. So that's where that series is going. Thanks for watching.